first thing we need to do is unplug the 2 oxygen sensors. So you can see one oxygen sensor is after our cat and one is before it. So they're right here. So all you gotta do is follow that wire all the way up and back here. And the clip is right back there. So to get to that one, you have to remove this panel down here. And this panel is easy. It's just got some T25s and some, I think these are 8mm. All right, with that panel removed, it's really easy to see where your oxygen sensor goes. It goes up over the top there, comes back down here, the blue wire, and there is a clip right here. So it goes into this little thing. So there's a little tab here that you press with your thumb. And then the lower portion disconnects, and then it just slides out of this little plastic bracket. The bracket stays on the car. And this one's nice and stubborn. Just gotta wiggle it back and forth until it finally comes loose. And it slides right out there. So you can see these grooves just go right into that slot there. And then if you follow it up with your hand, you'll actually be able to feel that there are a couple places where this is clipped in up here. All right, so you can see that this is tied in with some other wiring. Let's see if I can push this wire out of the way so you can see it's just a little plastic band around it. It's snapped in at the bottom, so you just pop it out. Actually, it's on top here, so it comes over. There's some little teeth. Just take your finger and lift that part off, and then it will give you enough room to snake that wire out of it. All right, I didn't get it open all the way, so lift it. All right, there, I got the bracket open. Now it just lifts right out of that bracket. And then there is one more over here. Right here, you can see there's another one of those brackets. All right, I'm just gonna reach up and pop that clip off because you're not gonna be able to see it with my hand in the way anyway. All right, so you can see the clip here that I got it out of. And so when you rewrite it back, just kind of remember where it was. This one is going right through that triangle of tubing. So the passenger side one is really easy. It's a lot easier to get to. It just comes up to this one. So it's the same as the other side, just a lot easier to reach. So you pinch this part in and pull the bottom cable down. And the oxygen sensor slides off of this little channel. This requires some patience and wiggling. So the connections that are actually closest to the oxygen sensor have this kind of a little hook on it. It's the same on both sides, and there is a little bracket right up here that it hooks onto. So all you do is, if it's hooked on the bracket, you slide it this way and take it out. So put it on, you just get that behind the bracket and push it in place here. All right, I take that back now that I have it off and I can see how it's holding the wire. You're supposed to leave the bracket attached and just pop this straight out, and it will come out of these little spring clamps. All right, so we're on the passenger side. The post-cat sensor has that same little clip bracket that was pushed in here, so you just pull it this way to disconnect it. And this one's kind of tricky. It goes up around behind here and wraps itself around and ends up over here on the back side of this bracket. So this is where you disconnect it from. All right, we got our oxygen sensors disconnected now. Now there's just 6 bolts on each of the headers. So just be careful with them. And hopefully, if you're lucky, they all break loose nicely and do not snap off. And then get the header off. It's that easy, 6 bolts.